Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your host Yancy Flamenco, and I'm here with Coach Pedro Sierra of this boys soccer team. And today we're gonna be talking about how's he gonna prepare us for the next season and what are the expectations for this season. First question I have for you is how do you plan to keep us focused throughout the season?
How do I plan to keep the team focused? Just keeping everybody together. Always, staying in conversation. Letting everybody know, the team rules, team dynamics, expectations, of course, and that's pretty much it.
What are you most excited for?
What I'm most excited for is starting the season, seeing everybody develop. I think Coach Stanley and I talked about last year in May about how excited we were to start this new season, just because this team is going to be a special team. Being young, being hungry, we're ready to get back to work.
What are some of the goals for this season?
My personal goals for the season is to make every player better and every player more confident. Team-wise, just win every game if it's possible. Take it one game at a time, and then, win area, win playoffs, and hopefully go to Final Four again.
What do you think makes our team unique compared to most teams?
What makes our team unique, that everybody's grown up together since they were young, so nobody's left alone. Yeah, nobody's left alone. Everybody knows each other.
Yeah, like I know Aaron since I was a little kid. Jan, we all play together, Pee Wee and stuff. So we all basically know how each other plays and stuff.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm glad you reminded me.
You coached most of us for Pee Wee, didn't you?
This year, it's my 5th year. And if you count the years that I've played, that's 10 years. That's half of the program. I think the program's 23 years old or something
like that.
So, anyways, being my 5th year coaching, it's more special to me for a lot of reasons, but mainly because the kids that were once 7th and 8th graders 5 years ago are now juniors and seniors. So I consider them, my babies, kids that I developed. They understand the game. So this year, we're on our second day of practice. They understand. They understand the fundamentals. They understand the training sessions, and everything just runs smoothly. So this is my special year, just because these kids like Yancy, Aaron, Eddie, Lewis, Jenin. Let's see who else. Isaac, Alan, and Jeff. Those kids have been with me since they were in 7th grade. So that's gonna be special for me.
Mm-hmm. We have a really tough schedule this year. What do you like? How do you plan to keep us focused and motivated throughout this schedule?
So another thing too that me and Coach Stanley talked about was we wanted a tough schedule. We wanted to expose our good players against tougher competition. I think in the past we've been criticized for having a weak schedule and not being prepared enough for playoffs, and we took that to heart. We took that into consideration of challenging these guys, of pushing them an extra mile so that they can show that they can compete at the highest level.
Yeah, we play Mountain Brook. It's always a 6A title contender.
Mm-hmm. Bob
Jones is another 7A school.
Yeah, lots of 5A, 6A, 7A schools. I mean, I can't remember the schedule off the top of my head, but it's definitely going to be the hardest schedule we've had in the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, so definitely.
To keep the team motivated, or how I'm going to try to keep them motivated, is just approach each game the same. And I think it's a conversation that we had Monday. It's no matter who we play,
keep the same mentality.
Same mentality.
Yeah. What do you think is the most important quality for a player?
The most important quality for a player to develop, I think, is commitment and hard work. Those two.
How do you see our team improve from last season?
Well, just over the summer, after the season ended, I think the team met the expectations. Maybe not everybody else's expectations, but mine and coach's expectations were met. We knew having such a young team that it was going to be difficult after each round, after each game. So making it to the second round, just that last round before Final Four, I think that right there was where me and Coach Stanley were happy to be.
Which player do you think will step up more as a player this year?
I think multiple. I don't think there's just one this year. I know the past has always been that one kid, but now we got a bunch, starting from Aaron, being our college commit or college signee, to Jan, to, Yensi, to Eddie, to, Luis Felipe, even our youngsters like Alex and Alessandro and Uriel. I mean, all these kids are great.
Alex has surprised me. He's been doing really good at practice.
Yeah.
Sando has been doing good. Uriel has been stepping up a lot in the back.
Yeah, everybody. I think. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Sandro. He's a kid. I watched his dad play growing up, and I always thought, Sandro's gonna be just as special as his dad. Real good, real talented, hardworking. Yes, sir. He listens.
He does listen a lot.
He listens.
Yeah. Who do you think is gonna be our toughest opponent this year?
Toughest opponent.
I think I can think of a couple.
Toughest opponent. It just depends when and where, but on paper probably Mountain Brook.
I think Mountain Brook, yeah.
But it's always tough to play Fort Payne at Fort Payne, Crossville at Crossville, or even Sylvania at Sylvania. Those teams know how to play.
They always play hard,
They play hard when they play at home.
Yeah. And then what other questions I have? Which player has surprised you during the preseason training?
Alex for sure. He surpassed every expectation I had for an 8th grader. I mean, just his work ethic, his skill set. I mean, it's really, really good. Gio Vasquez, another kid that surprised me.
He's calm on the. He's like really
calm.
good on the ball.
I mean, Gio's one of those kids that when you put him to play in his position, he gives you a whole different dynamic than what you're used to seeing. He's very calm. He understands the field and the game. He knows his really surroundings. It's perfect. Yeah, I like Gio a lot.
It's hard to see a player that would be like to understand the game that much at like. He's in like what 8th grade?
It's like a mini Jan.
Yeah, it is.
Mini Jan.
And then what do you think we need to improve on to compete against such tough teams?
I think facing adversities is probably the things we got to work on. When things are going down or things are going bad, how do you respond? Who are our leaders? Who's going to push us through when things are tough? I think that right there is.
So who can keep the team focused,
Yeah.
Even if we're like down 2-0 at halftime,
Yeah.
Who's going to keep the team motivated?
Hopefully our veterans. Hopefully our seniors, our juniors, our captains for sure.
And then how do you see our team improve from last year? And what aspects do you think we're going to improve on the most?
How have we improved?
Or like what do you see us improving in?
I mean, I think our dynamics and our tactics are a lot better this year already than last year and the year before. And I think a lot of it's that build-up of, you guys always being together, playing together, and just your hunger to win.
Yeah, I think last year we set up for this year basically. It was setting up the groundwork for this year because this year we have to go all out. It's if we don't win the championship, it's really a disappointment. We want to win everything.
Yeah, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely a good chance this year.
Who is most likely to score an own goal?
Most likely to score an own goal. I don't know.
I think I've scored an own goal before.
You have. Those are unpredictable.
Yeah, those are really it's random because you have to
It'll have to be definitely a defender.
Yeah.
Which one? I don't know. I mean, it's just.
I've done it before. I know Marcos did it before.
Robert did it.
For what? What was
He
it?
passed it back to Jenin.
Passed it back to Jen? No, he passed it back to Jenin. Jenin, like, it went under
He
Jen's
passed it way
foot.
too hard and it bounced over Jenin's
Yeah.
foot.
Well, I think it went under or something like that.
Our field is not in the best conditions to play, so I think that ball bounced right over Jenin's
Yeah,
foot.
you got to be prepared for that bounce.
Mhm.
But it really like helps you out, you know, because like if you have a good touch on a rough field, you have a good touch on a good
On a good field, yeah.
Who is the best player in training, or like who performs the best in training?
That's a hard one too. I mean, you asked me this question the last 4 years, you know, for each year, which player is the best? You know, I'd have an
there's,
answer,
like,
but
one
now
answer.
it's like
Now
you have multiple.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Aaron, you have Jan, you have Alex, you have Marga, you have Eddie. I mean, even our youngsters again, like Alex and Sandro and Gio. There's just so many of them. I mean, I really can't just call one because I'd feel like it'd be unfair to the rest.
Yeah.
But everybody's working hard.
Who are the best players you have coached so far?
On and off the field, like best overall. Man,
Just give me a list. Like,
a list.
who are the best players you have coached?
I mean, top 3, probably Aaron, Jan, and Bryant Parker. Which I know I had Bryant for 1 year,
He was
maybe
good.
his freshman year, sophomore year, one of those 2 years. But he definitely did a lot in just 1 year.
I played with Doobie. He was good.
Doobie, yep.
Tristan, Jesus,
Francisco,
Marcos.
Marcos.
I like Sweet Cheeks. Sweet Cheeks
Sweet
was he was consistent most of all.
Lewis, yeah.
Luke was
Luke,
good. I
yeah.
forgot about him.
Luke is a legend.
He helped us out in the playoffs.
Oh, we can't forget Diggy.
Diggy
with that winning goal,
against Tarptown.
Parktown.
I always remember that. Who are the funniest players on the team?
Probably Isaac.
I think Isaac.
Or
Alex is pretty funny.
Alex is funny.
Alex is funny. Like he has it like most of the time he's serious, but like when he like sometimes he goofs off and
Yeah.
it's like kind of funny. And then I think Chain's funny. Alex is really funny.
You know, he's really, really quiet when he's around me, so I don't.
But he's like quiet around all of us. Like
Mhm.
he just says like random stuff.
Random
and it's
stuff.
like kind
I
of
don't
funny.
know where. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't think he tries to be funny. He's just like funny. It's because like how he is. And then, what are the best moments as a coach you've had so far?
Best moments. What do you mean by best moments?
Best moments, like funniest, best, like
I think
happiest
one
moments.
of the happiest and best moments was the first year we went to Final Four when we beat Tanner at Tanner. We went to that PK shootout, and
I wasn't on the team yet.
Oh, you weren't on the team yet? Well, you know, me and Ryan. Well, the whole team, we were like on our knees, you know, waiting for is it Roberto Carlos to take the winning PK?
I think it was, yeah.
And the ground was very slippery, and I think when Ryan got up, like I tripped him and he face planted on accident. It was on accident, but he face planted and he cut up to me and he started cussing me out, telling me, "Hey man, you really hurt me." I said, "Man, I'm sorry, dude. I'm so happy."
I think my best memory was beating Tarptown and going to Final Four.
Yeah,
Cause it was my first year on the team. You know, being part of the team was like really, really amazing. Honestly.
Mhm.
Which team has the best field, or which field have you like played on? Like feels the best, or coached on?
Well, I think I answered this last year. Those Indian Springs. I think nothing will top Indian Springs. Just beautiful, beautiful field.
I've never played there.
Altamont.
I like Altamont's field.
I think you guys loved that one last year.
Yeah.
I think Westminster. This is
Westminster
also
has
real
a
nice
field.
too.
It's big.
And it looks bigger because it's out in the open.
Yeah. There's no lights. You have to play it like during the
Yeah.
day. The Huntsville's feel like the state
The
fields
John
are
Hunt
pretty-
Park,
are-
yeah,
are
that was
nice.
good too.
I think that's all I can think of. Crossville has a pretty good field.
Who?
Crossville. I mean, it's kind of
If it was
small.
a little wider and
Yeah, it's
longer,
a little small,
yeah.
but like the grass is nice.
Yeah, they have
Would you rather away games or home games?
home games. I think having that home advantage, it kind of already secures the win.
I think
People always tell me when Collinsville has home games and we go watch, it's a different atmosphere. You got people with, drums and loud sirens, and your fans are constantly cheering and yelling. I mean, it's a different atmosphere.
Who's the person with the little like the thing that goes like is it Isaac's dad?
I don't know.
I remember I always hear it. I just don't know who it is.
Miss Trinka used to have this little bell. I like that. And it's Gary's dad.
Gary's?
Gary's dad had the thing that he would turn and it'd make
Yeah.
a loud noise. So I remember at state, after we played Bayside, we all thought Jenin was gonna get MVP, and they ended up giving it to the other kid.
Oh yeah.
And Jenin's dad, or Gary's dad, gave Jenin a bell.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was like, "You're our MVP."
I remember everybody was crying.
Yeah.
And you see Jaden like ringing the bell. What is our biggest rivalry?
Our biggest rivalry, the obvious, Fort Payne, Crossville. Those are always rivalry games. Games that we always want to win.
I think the Crossville game. There's a lot of people for that one. Fort Payne always gets a decent amount of people to go to the game.
I think even Susan Moore here lately.
Susan Moore lately, yeah.
Which they always won from that tournament in
Albertville.
They beat us 3-2.
3-2, and then the year before that we beat them like 6-1 over there.
We've beat them from the last 5 years.
Yeah.
We beat them, and they finally got us, and
We haven't played them.
their reaction was
Yeah.
quite different. They were very happy. So February 6th,
The first game of the season
First game of the
opener
season.
against Susan
Season
Moore at
opener.
home. Make sure to be there.
Susan Moore.
Would you rather play in the cold or in the hot, or like coach in the cold? Like rather have a really hot game or a very cold game?
Really hot. I mean, because in the cold, my neck always stiffens up. When we get in the bus, I always have like the worst pain in my neck because my body's frozen. And a lot of y'all make fun of me for how I coach, because I just stand, hands in my pockets, and I just stand there, and unless I'm frustrated or something, I'll move around a little bit. But usually I stand in the same position. But I never sit down or walk.
First I always I'd rather play in like a very cold bit. Like now it's been very, very cold. I'm like, nah, I think I'd rather play in that very hot. Because in the cold, it takes a while to warm up. And it sucks because you have to you're warm and then you have to take everything off short. Like you just play with shorts and a shirt, and it gets really, really cold. And then compared to the hot, I mean, you can just be warmed up already. You can cool off at halftime, drink some water, you'll be okay.
You're right.
That's all the questions I have.
Is that your question?
That's all the questions.
All right.
How much minutes was
You
that?
got anything, Alan?
That's it.
I got a question for you, Jens.
Oh, what's the question?
What are your expectations for the team?
Go to state. Win state.
Win state?
Yeah.
So what's it going to take to get there?
I think we just obviously we're going to be in tough situations throughout the season, so we just have to keep our head high. I think if we go down, we can't lose our composure. We can't lose our minds. You just got to stay calm, and we know we can compete with anybody, so just compete at the same level as everybody.
So what makes our trainings fun?
I don't know, cause the drills are actually fun, and I don't know. It's just you just like to compete. Everybody likes to compete, so it makes it fun. Cause there's no boring practices. There's not practices you just pass around. There's every practice is competitive, cause everybody wants to be the best.
The best.
Everybody wants to score the most goals in practice. Who's gonna have the best goal at practice and stuff like that?
Nice.
Any more questions?
We're good.
That's it.
That's
All right,
it.
guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Season opener, was it February 6th?
February 6th.
So I guess Susan Moore, make sure to be there.
7
and
o'clock.
that's it. 7 o'clock? 7:30 now?
7:30. Well, girls start at 6.
Oh, yeah, girls, make sure to be there for that, too.
Mhm.